So you guys have had some time to examine and play with the bear hug around the waist, right? Under the arms and around the waist from the front. Now let's take another bear hug attack from the front, but this time he collapses the whole unit and he gets my arms. So again, verbal altercation happens, or I didn't see it, you know, whatever the case may be, and he grips me up and around the arms, right? Same dangers are present, right? He can collapse my body, he can lift me, he can slam me, he can do all kinds of stuff. But his attacks are all based on the fact of him bringing my hips to his hips. If he can force my hips to his hips, he's got attacks. So the first thing I want to do when he grips me up is stop that hip-to-hip motion. How do I do that? Base. Now, no thumbs. I'm going to place the palm, the heels of my palm on his hip bones. My elbows are squeezed in tight here. So I've got great structure in here that he can't collapse, all right? I've got skeletal structure that's going to be difficult for him to collapse. So if he starts to squeeze now, can't do it. He can't bring my hips forward. Now, of course, I can't stay here forever. So what am I going to do? I'm going to allow my right palm to slip off of his hip, and I'm going to sag my shoulder. That drops my shoulder underneath his armpit. Now, you'll notice this structure is staying in place. I'm going to walk around the side. My belt buckle to his belt buckle. I collapse his waist. Notice I'm still framing his hip. I'm going to step into the new space I created and follow up with my hip throw. Refer back to the hip throw video, right? I'm not going to break down the hip throw right now. Refer back. So, he comes in. I stop it. I want skeletal strength here. I'm creating a strong structure. I place my ear on his shoulder, looking away from him. My elbows are flared in tight. If they're out, this structure is going to collapse. So I have tight elbows, no thumbs, right on his hip. Now I'm in great base. I got great skeletal strength. He can't collapse. I'm going to allow, in this instance, my right arm, right? But essentially what I want to do is I want to move the direction I'm not looking. So I let my shoulder sag, I come around, I clamp onto his hip. Now, common mistake here, people go from the hip to the elbow. I'm not going to be able to step in anymore. Keep the space you created. Step in, then move. For your hip throw. Let's take it from the other side, the other angle. So the attack comes. I frame it up, my ear is on his shoulder, my elbows are in tight, I'm in my base. Watch now as my shoulder sags, and I can get underneath him for base. I'm holding on, you can see I'm nice and tight, I'm keeping my space. I step, remember my trailing foot. Just like in the hip throw video. Step, 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 step. One more time. Okay, bear hug. Over the arms defense. Create a nice skeletal structure. Follow it up with the hip throw.